WWE finally give us something that people actually want to see. People want to see Gunther, CM Punk, and we finally get to see it. It's something fresh, new. We haven't seen it before, and everyone collectively wants to see it. But we've only got 2 weeks to build up to it because let's just throw as many PLEs at people as humanly possible. So we don't have time to build anything new. So we've got 2 shows to build CM Punk, Gunther. Nowhere near enough time, but we've got 2 shows. So we really need to make the most of it, right? We really need to let these 2 go at it and get us even more excited. Add to their feud and cement it and their storyline and their feud that's likely to continue after SummerSlam. We've got 2 shows. So last night, I'm usually not interested in anything that happens on a WWE show. Anything at all, full stop. But last night, I knew we were going to get something with CM Punk and Gunther. CM Punk comes out, and then Gunther's music hits. I'm like, yes, okay. I am seated. I'm interested in something on a WWE show, which is a very, very, very rare occurrence. And the crowd decide, nah, you know what? Actually, let's make it about us. Let's make it about us. Let's not let people listen to what they're saying. People want to hear what they're saying. People want to hear these 2 go at it on the mic. Nah, make it about us. Let's chant what? Let's chant "You Tapped Out" non-stop. So when you think back at that promo last night, whenever you think back at it in the future, CM Punk and Gunther's first proper interaction, all you're going to be able to think about is that crowd. That crowd. The "You Tapped Out" chants is mainly Triple H's fault because you don't have Gunther tap out because this happens. But also, it was months ago. WrestleMania was April. We're nearly in August. Move on. Move on. We have a promo with CM Punk and Gunther. You're chanting "You Tapped Out." And what? You're not letting Gunther speak. We want to hear what he has to say. We want to hear what these 2 have got to say to each other. Finally, something people actually want to see. So a feud that's fresh, new, and everyone wants to see. We want to hear what these 2 have got to say to each other, and the crowd do not let us. Because I can't remember what Gunther said. I can remember a couple of little things, but the overall promo, I can't really remember. Because all I could hear was the crowd. And I was too annoyed at them and frustrated to even try and listen to what Gunther was saying because I was just annoyed. I was just like, this moment should be big. But the crowd has decided, nah, this is our moment. Because the crowds, WWE crowds in 2025 are the most annoying crowds that have ever existed for any sport, any country, any company in history. Because they have about 4 chants. They chant, what? This is awesome. We want tables and "You Tapped Out." And nothing else. And all of them are extremely annoying. All of them are so annoying and pointless. This is awesome. They'll chant 2 minutes into a very average match. We want tables when no one wants a table. There's more, like, who cares about a table? A Slim Jim table. The what chant is the most annoying because they always chant it when you're actually trying to listen to the promo. You're actually trying to listen to a promo. I remember Lyra Valkyria a few weeks ago and they're chanting it to her. A face, by the way. Let us listen to these people speak, please. You are so annoying. You are so annoying. Anyway, Raw. people might try to convince you that last night was a good show because we had Roman Reigns and CM Punk Gunther on the show, but it wasn't. It wasn't a good show. That was not a good show. You had a good start and a good end. I mean, not that you'd know from the crowd, but you had a good start, a good end, and the middle was just nothing. It was just pointless. Nothing. It was just pure nothingness. A typical Raw. But let's get to it. Let's get to it. Maybe I missed something that happened. Probably not. I'm not going to go over everything. If you want a full in-depth Raw review, this is not for you. I'm sorry, but this is not for you. Go watch JD because this is not for you. I'm not going to go over everything. I'm not putting more effort into this show than Triple H put into it. So, start with CM Punk and Gunther, obviously. I've already gone over that. Very annoying. We get Raquel and Roxanne versus Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley. Now, the commentators throughout this entire match were telling you how confusing it is that Bayley wants to team with Valkyria, which is extremely true because why would Bayley? You've just had a 2 out of 3 falls match with her. You've just had a match at Evolution with her. Why would you team with Valkyria? Now, Triple H, even as stupid as he is, he knows that this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for Bayley and Lyra to team up after what they've just gone through. It doesn't make sense. So he added that into the story of the match. Well, it doesn't make sense, but what if that was the thing of it? It doesn't make sense. What if why is Bayley teaming with Lyra? He doesn't know. But he did it because there are no tag teams in that entire division for Raquel and Roxanne to face. Because let's go through it, okay? Let's go through it. Charlotte and Alexa. Rushed. They've just thrown Charlotte with Alexa to try and get Charlotte over. Which I'm not a fan of. But even if they were absolutely desperate to go with these two, fine. We'll see how it goes. We'll give it a chance. But they rushed it because 1 week, 2 weeks ago, Charlotte and Alexa, there's animosity there. Charlotte does not want to give any time to Alexa. She doesn't want to hear her out. She doesn't want to listen to her. She doesn't want to be a friend. Any of it. And then the next week, they're hugging. They're doing love hearts. They're smiling. They're having a good time. They're best friends. Rushed. If you do want to do this, it's something you tell over multiple weeks, and then you build up to it, and then you get that culminating moment where they unite and they go for the titles. But it was rushed because they don't have a team for Raquel and Roxanne to face at SummerSlam. Well, they need to get Charlotte on the card first of all, but they don't have a tag team for them to face. They don't. So we're just like, let's just rush these two together. Raquel and Roxanne, who are the champions, I do actually like them together, but they've only been together for a few weeks. So that's not a formidable, formed tag team that we've been able to invest in for months. They've only been a thing for weeks, right? Charlotte and Alexa, obviously. The Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kyrie, saying, what Asuka comes back and she's already thrown into a tag team because they don't have anything for her. They don't know how to book Asuka. So let's just throw her back with Kyrie Sane because that's what WWE has done for years. If you're from the same nationality, if you're the same skin colour, if you dress the same, anything, they'll put you together. Even if it makes no sense, even if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter to them. They'll put you together because they don't have anything else for you. So that's not a tag team. Or at least a proper tag team. Who else is there? Who else is there? There's no one. There is no one. Genuinely, no one. So let's put Lyra and Bayley into a match, even though they just had animosity. It doesn't make sense. And Triple H knew it didn't make sense, so he added that into the story of the match. We'll have the commentators say it doesn't make sense, so it looks like it was on purpose. It's part of the story. Just hear me out. Just see where it goes. It doesn't make sense. It just makes Bayley look like an idiot, if anything. They got rid of Chance and Carter, their only actual tag team. So we're just throwing random women together and calling it a tag division. Fair enough, fair enough. We get Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. Karrion Kross beats Sami Zayn, so 50-50 booking. Karrion loses to Sami Zayn, then beats Sami Zayn for them to have inevitably have a rematch where Sami wins. 50-50 booking, it does nothing for anyone. Even for Karrion Kross, it doesn't do anything for him. Then we get Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, and as soon as this match was announced, I knew it was going to end in a DQ because neither can lose. So typical WWE. Book themselves into a corner and then just have it end in the most predictable way possible. Now, I thought Naomi would come out and then Rhea Ripley would come out. But either way, I knew this was going to end with Rhea Ripley getting involved, which is what happened because they can't have anything for the women good. Anything good for the women has to involve Rhea Ripley. They don't know how to book her not involving the title. Book her away from the title. This is it's so boring. I like Rhea Ripley. I have no issue with her. She is very over. She is very good. But every time her music hits, I sigh. I think, oh, here we go again. I do not want to sit through this. Because it's the same. It's so predictable. It is so predictable. She's going to come out. She's going to look dominant. She's going to beat everyone up. She's going to look at the title. She's going to demand a title opportunity. She has to find her way or force her way into everything that is good in the Raw Women's Division. Io's entire title reign was about Rhea. Io only defended that title against Rhea. Okay, Bianca at WrestleMania, but still, Rhea was in the match. She only defended the title against Rhea. And then even when that's out the way, they're still involved together. Even though the title is off of Io, they're still at the hip. Now the title's on Naomi. Rhea's after Naomi. Let's move on. Just for a little bit. Just for a little bit, maybe. Just for a month or two. Have Rhea into... It would be so valuable to so many women on that roster to be involved in a storyline with Rhea, who's the most over female on the entire roster. So valuable to have someone in a storyline with her. She doesn't have to constantly be with the title or in the title picture. She doesn't have to be. Move on just for a little bit of time. Because it's so infuriating. It's boring. It's predictable. I knew this match was going to end somehow with Rhea Ripley getting involved, which is what happened. The Secret Harvest come out. Naomi comes out. And then the last visual you get is Io, Stephanie and Rhea in the ring. Imagine we genuinely just got a storyline between Io and Stephanie. No, we have to have Rhea. And then we're getting Naomi, Stephanie after SummerSlam for Clash in Paris. We're getting Naomi versus Stephanie. Assuming Naomi keeps the title, which she absolutely needs to and better. We're getting Stephanie versus Naomi. Something new, something fresh. You know it's going to be a good little storyline, a good match. It's definitely 100% going to have Rhea involved. We can't have anything good without Rhea. There are so many talented women on that roster that we could have good feuds and good matches and good storylines with. But every single one of them, they're going to force Rhea into it. Because they don't know how to book her without the title in the picture. Same for Gunther. When Gunther lost the title, they had no idea how to book him without the title. They threw him into something with Pat McAfee, who, thank God, is no longer on the shows anymore. At least commentary is actually listenable and good now Corey Graves is back. Thank God Pat McAfee's gone because it's so refreshing and nice not to hear it. Like it's annoying as it is having the crowd chant over the promos that we actually want to hear. Imagine having Pat McAfee speak over promos, which he used to do. I remember there was a serious promo with Seth Rollins, and he's there making duck noises. Imagine you get that promo between Roman and Heyman, and then he's there making animal noises, which is something he would absolutely do. So refreshing to not have to listen to him. But either way, they don't know how to book Rhea out of the title picture. It's fine to book someone that's that over into something with someone else. Be fun, refreshing, new. Let the champion do something with someone else that doesn't have Rhea involved. Anyway, couple little things before we get to the main event. Rusev, Sheamus obviously have a good match. There was a triple threat tag team match, which LWO ended up winning, so they get a title match. Don't really, actually couldn't care less, to be honest. And that's it, right? If I'm missing anything, it was clearly irrelevant. AJ Styles is stalking Dominic Mysterio, looking like a bit of an idiot. Shows up to TNA. Shows up to TNA, and it's the best he's looked in quite a while, in terms of actually not looking like an idiot. But yeah, that gets announced for SummerSlam. So let's just get to the main event. Roman, Heyman, again, crowd were really annoying me during this. I wanted to listen to what both had to say, but I couldn't really. But we get these two. Decent promo. Roman actually had a lot of mic time. Roman is very clearly better as a heel on the mic. It wasn't a bad promo. It wasn't an incredible promo. It wasn't a great promo. It was just a good promo. But Roman Reigns as a heel cuts great promos, incredible promos. Clearly better as a heel, and we all knew that. But it was still a good promo. Still decent promo. Said some good things. Bron Breakker gets on the mic. Basically, it was Paul Heyman trying to manipulate Roman into saying, you know, I was the reason, I did nothing wrong. And then Roman saying, I didn't need you. The Usos were the reason I kept the title and all of that. And then Bron Breakker gets on the mic and cuts a decent promo. And then something else that we actually are interested in gets ruined. Because of course it does. This whole thing with Roman Reigns and this little Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman. The best way to go with this is Roman Reigns, Bron Breakker, 1-on-1. I'm not the biggest fan of it, because I feel like Roman Reigns should be in huge matches, right? This isn't huge, but I can accept it. Roman versus Bron, it's new. It's like Roman Reigns versus the new next big name in the company, right? I can get behind it. It's something new, right? It's something fresh. I can get behind it, right? It can win me over. I don't mind it. But the way that this absolutely cannot go is Roman and Jey Uso versus Bron and Bronson. That is absolutely where it seems like they're going with this. Because they're going to want to get Jey Uso on the card so people can yeet. And Jey Uso isn't involved with anyone else right now. Anywhere close to being involved with anything else with anyone else right now. They better not put this into a tag team match. You can't have Roman Reigns come back for a tag team match that goes nowhere. Nothing on the line. Just because you want to get Jey Uso on the card, Roman Reigns, Bron Breakker is something that, again, people want to see. Don't make it a tag team match for no reason. The crowd were annoying in this match, but also funny. Not funny in a good way, because they were barking for Bron Breakker, right? Every time Bron Breakker stepped forward or got on the mic, they were barking for him, right? Every time the camera showed him, they were barking for him, right? Then he grabs the microphone, starts talking, then they boo him. The same treatment they were giving to Gunther and Paul Heyman, booing him. You were just barking for him. These crowds are so fickle. So fickle. Seth Rollins, they'll sing along to his theme song, right? But then they'll boo him. What are you doing? If you're going to boo him, don't sing his song or say his catchphrase. Dominic Mysterio. Part of the night they're cheering, part of the night they're booing. 1 week he's the biggest heel in the company, the next is babyface. These crowds are just so fickle. Anyway, I can't be bothered to talk about this show anymore. That was Raw. Let me know what you thought.